Well, that was actually me. And my response to that was, and it was the same response that I had as governor of New Mexico, is I didn't create one single job as governor of New Mexico. The private sector creates jobs. But I did create an environment of certainty. I controlled all the agencies. I controlled all the boards and commissions because I appointed them, I hired them. So I controlled all rules and regulations. And I think rules and regulations got better on a daily basis. And that daily basis really just had a root in common sense. If it was going to take more time and more money to have to comply with rules and regulations, why have them? Why have them if they weren't going to make us any more safe, any healthier? And then lastly, and I think this is really important, the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, came out with a report card on all the presidential candidates. And whether you love the ACLU or hate the ACLU really does stand up for the Constitution of the United States. They really stand up for civil liberties. They really stand up for the first 10 amendments of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. But they came out with a report card on all the presidential candidates. 24 liberty torches was a perfect score. This is really important. Mitt Romney and Rick Santorum had 0 liberty torches out of 24. Newt Gingrich had 4 liberty torches out of 24. Barack Obama had 16 liberty torches out of 24. Ron Paul had 18 liberty torches out of 24. And Gary Johnson had 21 liberty torches out of 24, which I'm really, really very proud of. So that said, there are some big differences between myself and the other 2 candidates, and there are other candidates, but I'm the only one that has this whole 50-state ballot access thing going. So there are some really big differences between myself and my 2 opponents. I'm the only candidate that does not want to bomb Iran. We bomb Iran, we're going to find ourselves in a 2-year bombing maintenance program with Iran. We're going to make ourselves another 100 million enemies to this country that we weren't otherwise going to have. After 9/11, the largest demonstration in the world in support of the United States was in Iran. Over 1 million citizens showed up in Tehran in support of the United States, and we're going to bomb Iran? Our beef is with the leadership of Iran, not with the citizens of Iran. And when we end up bombing countries, we end up killing a lot of innocent people. And this, in my opinion, has to stop. We have economic sanctions right now against Iran. Inflation right now in Iran is running at 70%. Do you know who the Iranian people hate because of this inflation? They don't hate their government. They hate the United States for implementing these sanctions, because the United States is at the base of all this. I'm the only candidate that would get out of Afghanistan tomorrow and bring the troops home. Look, we militarily intervene in this country, and as a result of our military interventions, I think we have hundreds of millions of enemies to this country that we wouldn't otherwise have. We end up killing tens of thousands of innocent civilians in this country. Imagine if that happened here in this country, you would vow yourself, you would dedicate your life to revenge against that country that did it to us. Why is it any different with them? So we need to stop with our military interventions. The consequences are horrible. Right now in Syria, we're backing the Syrian insurgents. And a quarter of the Syrian insurgents are Al-Qaeda. This is crazy. This is what we did in Afghanistan with bin Laden. So let us end these military interventions. I also believe that marriage equality is a constitutionally guaranteed right on par with civil rights in the 60s. I'm the only candidate running for president that wants to end the drug wars now. Let's legalize. And I'm not saying go out and smoke marijuana. What I'm saying is I recognize statistically half of you have smoked pot. And I'm going to tell you that half of you are not criminals. You're not criminals. And the issues that surround So you get arrested, you get thrown out of school, your lives are ruined because of an activity that half of all kids engage in. Stop. And by the way, we are at a tipping point regarding marijuana in this country. Over 50% of Americans believe that we should legalize marijuana right now. Why is that